Hello everyone and welcome back to my Berserk reading. This is our second episode of continuing with the deluxe edition of Berserk, where we'll be reading Chapter 2 of Volume 1. So where we left off last time, which was the Chapter 1, The Black Swordsman, and we are now moving into Chapter 2, which I believe is called The Brand. So I'm going to get straight into it, because last time was very, very exciting, very interesting. I loved getting introduced to Puck for the first time, a character that I was not familiar with, because he was not in the anime, and he's sort of like that comedic relief, and brings like the levity to a very depressing world. But the chapter ends with that final page of Puck looking at the village in flames and all the bodies on the ground, and uttering the word Berserk. And then we move into our second chapter now, starting off with Guts grabbing his right arm, hearing the words, "You cannot escape us. You cannot escape." And flashes of demons, I assume, in his mind. And then we get a nice, lovely spread for this chapter of The Brand. Wow. That looks a little different. This page in particular, how it's almost like a pencil sketch of Puck flying on a dove. Flap, flap. Thanks, mister. Tweet! That's funny. I was sure he was going in this direction. How could I lose him if this is the only path? Oh well, maybe wolves ate him or something. Wow! Slaps on the ground. Looks up to see a right arm of our main character. Guts! Huh? You again? Hey! How you doing? He's not looking so hot, actually. Looking a bit beat up from that last encounter. What happened to you? Did wolves attack? Did wolves attack you? Uh-oh. Those wounds from before are opening up again. The motion of Puck going, huh, 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 looking all around him. For some reason, every time we meet, you're all torn up. Want me to heal you again? Hey, Bug. What are you doing here? The name's Puck. Try not to forget it. Well, the thing is, it's interesting, all this monster stuff. It's the kind of thing you only hear about in myths or epic poems, but you're it. The real deal. Is this more of that elven sense of duty? Patting Guts on the face. Nah, I figured if I'd hung around you, I'd get to see all sorts of neat things. Just drops Puck right in the water. What'd you do that for? Sorry, but I'm in no mood to keep any pets. Who said I wanted to be your pet? And one more thing. I don't like elves, and I don't like you. But why? Because you're weak. It pisses me off when I see weaklings. I feel like I want to crush them. They can't do a thing on their own. All they ever do is talk and buzz around people like flies. It makes me want to squash them. Splashes his foot into the water and walks away. You bastard! Storm approaches in the background. I assume some time has now passed as Guts has decided to leave Puck drenched in the puddle that he threw him in. I'm not sure on Puck as a male or a female identifying elf. I think it's said. I'm not sure if it's referred to Puck yet. I'm really not sure. So when I just say when Guts threw him into the puddle until further notice, I guess. We'll see how we go. Seems like a little elf boy with wings, maybe? I love these shots of like Guts with the hood up. He's got such a good silhouette, especially with the sword. Got a carriage approaching with 4 horses pulling it along. Clatter, clatter, clatter along. Need a ride? The rain's pretty heavy. Nope. Leave me be. It's no trouble. There's more than enough room for another person in here. Sorry, I'm no good with priests. Haha, it's better than catching a cold though, yes? I'm telling you this for your own good. Yeah. Guts, getting along with priests? I don't really see that being a thing. I'm being pursued by evil spirits. A legion of them. Ah. Oh. That's quite an affliction. But don't worry, my friend. I have God on my side. Not to mention a lucky spirit. Spirit? And Puck shows up behind the innocent-looking child. Come on. Get on. Get on. Well, why not? What do I care if something happens to them? Oh, all of the eyes looking in from the trees. His brand starts to hurt. Sitting in the back of the carriage as we have the horse carriage moving forward. Staring at Puck. What? I was here first, so you got no right to complain this time. Throws the towel over Puck. I love that he just like is constantly messing with Puck or just like throwing him away or swatting him like a bug. Have some if you'd like. It's homemade wine. It'll warm you up. Oh, me too. Me too. Hey, hey. Gets crushed by the sack. Those awful wounds. What happened? Like I said, evil spirits are after me. That can't be true, can it? While Puck gulps on the wine sack. Hey, hey, don't frighten my daughter too much. By the way, is that some sort of sword? Love that shot. That's so good. Nah, I use it for my cooking. It looks like you could cut a horse in half with that thing. Well, about that. You should have seen me, what I assume to be like 10 minutes ago. I don't know how long time passes in Berserk chapters. Why not just open up a roadside grill? You can earn a better living that way, you bum. By the looks of it, you appear to be a mercenary. Is that what you are? Well, something like that. I don't have much respect for that profession. Killing other people for a living. Live by the sword. Die by the sword. That's why I don't like priests. Please don't say that. My nephew also chose to live by the sword and left home as soon as he could. 5 years ago he lost his life on a battlefield. Just some lowly soldier with no name. If he were alive today, he'd probably have his own family by now. He could have enjoyed the simple pleasures of life. How foolish of him. What's wrong with that? Huh? He died doing what he wanted, no matter what, right? I bet he was happy. Of course. Once you die, that's it. Nothing comes after that. Nothing at all. I really love this page. Seeing, like, Guts almost in, like, this period of, like, reflection while he's, like, staring out the carriage on the roads, just, like, thinking about that. Being like, he died doing what he wanted. I bet he was happy. But then, after that, you see his expression get a little more serious again. And he goes back to sort of like that grim reality of just like nothing comes after death. And Puck sort of like quietly sitting there, just like analyzing him, being like, what is this guy's deal, you know? Like, what is he about? I can't quite place it. Well, I'm going to try and get a little sleep now. You could catch a cold. Pulls the blanket over. What? Why are you looking at me? Can't help but smile, tee. Oh, I thought that was a nipple. I was like, looking at these panels all split up, and I'm like, there's an intense focus on a nipple. But no, it's a water drop from the top of the carriage, and it drops down and hits a surface. But in the reflection of the water droplet, an eyeball. Oh, wow. And then we've cut to this. A big long hallway with an eyeball watching overhead. Guts stands naked in the hallway. Exhausted, sweaty, out of breath. With a bunch of sound effects coming from all around him. And to his surprise, and then sudden pain, his brand starts bleeding once more. He starts running away as he hears, "You cannot run from us." Oh, oh, ow. Ugh. Ugh, that feeling when you step on a Lego brick. There it is, personified in a Berserk panel. He looks around, still writhing in pain from the arrow that is impaled through the foot. Ah! You cannot run! Guts then looks at his fucking arm, and his arm's missing. His mechanical boy, and it's just a stump. Oh god. Ah! That looks like a much bigger version of the small thing that we saw last chapter, where he was like, "Get away from me!" At least in that panel, because then in the next panel, he goes to take the sword, but then it's like grabbing onto him. He's like, "Ah!" A one-eyed tentacle beast. Oh, he's just woken up. I get it. Hang on a second. I was wondering why there was a sudden shift of clothing, of him being naked to him being dressed again, because I was like, maybe that's just like the dream changing, because dreams and nightmares tend to not make sense at all. But he sees the huge monster, he screams awake, and a one-eyed tentacle demon is trying to take him on in his sleep, like almost like face hugger, and he throws it right next to Puck on the barrel. Puck wakes up, looks over, sees this giant sweaty eyeball, starts bouncing off the walls like, "Wow!" Hey, what happened? Ah, what is that thing? It's an incubus. They're evil spirits that give people nightmares and feed off their fear. Oh, so it would have been like sucking on him. Probably you could imagine like those tentacles would be like in his nostril to like get into the brain to like affect the brainwaves. Affect them brainwaves and thought patterns. Damn. They won't even give me time to sleep. Evil spirits? You mean what you said before was true? You're saying you believe in God but not in evil spirits? What? Why did it come after you? Because of this. This thing summons them. The brand does? Ugh. As it starts bleeding again. Huh? What the? Stay inside. Incubi are born of the mixed blood and sexual fluids of those who died, filled with hatred and malice. They're born of the mixed blood and sexual fluids of those who died filled with hatred and malice. Ew. Which means that somewhere around here there must be some corpses of bandits or the like who died violently. Corpses that the demons will possess and use to attack. The horses then rear their heads. Clatter, clatter. They got startled and they're now running away. Whoa! Whoa! Stupid girl! Don't get out of the carriage! But... Oh, dude. You just let the girl get out of the carriage just to get literally impaled. Holy shit. Oh my god. Colette! Yeah, Colette's fucked. Whoa. It's the undead rise. They look around, seeing their comrades ready to attack Guts. Yeah, looks like this must have been some old battlefield. Dude, and Colette is on the ground, bleeding out. Guts grins and then gets ready for a fight. Loads his mechanical arm and starts throwing. Are they throwing? No, I think these are throwing knives actually, because he doesn't have the crossbow on his arm, so he's like throwing knives into them instead. It's no use. You can't kill something that's already dead. We better get out of here. If you want to go by yourself. But why? There's too many. You're gonna get killed. It's pointless. Comes with the territory. Eek. Whips the sword out, ready for a fight. Yeah! Look at that fucking artwork, man. The way that he handles the movement of the sword is so good. I love seeing like the lines on the sword, but then the hilt is still like solid. Oh, that's so good. You just feel the fucking impact that that sword has whenever it goes through something. There's all the bones flying in the air. And Guts, a shadowy silhouette with his one eye showing, cuts through these like butter with that slab of iron. And Puck looks on in surprise and a bit of shock. Guts looks like, I don't know, out of breath in that moment. I'm unsure what G as a sound effect is. ZH-triple-E. What emotion does that mean? And then he runs towards them, sprinting. Even the skeletons look like they are in fear of what is charging towards them, as Guts just rushes through them with that sword. Really good action shots. Another skeleton approaches, only to be absolutely decimated by that sword. Smacked back into more, causing a domino effect, knocking over more skeletons. Hurrah! He screams as Puck watches on yet again, witnessing Guts' anger and the massacre that follows, similar to how he just watched the same event occur at the village. Wow. It doesn't matter if his opponents are living or dead. Eek! Ah! What happened, old man? Guts! Shut up! Can't you see I'm busy? Oh, shit. The old man and his head decapitated? Whoa! The body of Colette, blood-stained, staring out of the carriage. holding her father's decapitated head as she grins with a bloodied sword. Guts looks in horror, Puck stunned in surprise as the priest's head thuds to the floor and rolls away, and Colette exits the carriage. Eyes wide open, staring at Guts. Guts hesitates because he's still seeing the innocent-looking Colette in his eye. When Puck calls out, "Guts? Guts!" Huh. Colette gets a free shot on Guts as he was elsewhere, thinking of this girl before this moment, and her innocence is totally taken away. Guts looks down in surprise to see a sword slightly impaling him, only slightly. Puck is disgusted, as then, in a moment, Colette is all the way over there, as Guts, with one swipe of the sword, has just removed her from his personal space. Not to mention the fact that the skeletons are still pushing an oppressive attack. Puck cries to see that, and yeah, Puck cries, and Guts goes, "Huh?" as he sees that there's blood on his face, and then behind him, a skeleton going in for the kill. No match for Guts. And then he grabs his mouth. He's vomiting. Is he vomiting, or is he internally bleeding? Considering he just got stabbed, that might be blood. It's like, "Oh, watch out!" And while I'm going to assume this is an internal bleeding, but it seems visceral, like it seems like it's sudden, like it's coming up. So I don't know, it might be vomit. Anyway, Puck warns him to watch out, and he's still trying to defend himself desperately. While he's puking, I feel. Puck calling out to Guts while he's on the ground, vomiting. While the attack is relentless, they keep coming at him, and all Guts can do is swing his sword desperately to cut them in half. And he wipes it off, seeing more figures in the distance, Puck deeply concerned, but Guts finds new resolve as once again lets out a blood-curdling "Yeah!" with an amazing angry face. And we get a beautiful double spread again. This page, I love when we get to like a double spread. It's just so good. I want them framed. They're so beautiful. I love what they do when they where Mira puts his face in a silhouette and you can see his one eye open. It's great. Looks like some time has passed and the storm has now cleared as we see the sunlight coming through the clouds. Puck crying on a nearby tree branch, watching Guts, exhausted, out of breath, clinging to his sword, leaning on it for support, as it looks like some demons are still lurking nearby the skeletons, but slowly fading upwards, I think. Puck approaches Guts and says, "I guess it's all over," as they both stare at the body of Colette in a puddle of her own blood. "It wasn't your fault." Yeah, that's true. You're absolutely right. Like I said, anyone who gets killed because they got caught up in someone else's fight is a small fry. If they can't live their life freely, they're better off dead. Those two didn't have the strength to protect themselves from a walking disaster like me. That's all there is to it. If you're always worried about crushing the ants beneath you, You won't be able to walk. Puck has nothing to say in response, except... What's that? The voices of supposed demons rings through the tree branches. It's useless! You cannot run from us! Wherever you go, we will find you. We are always watching you. We are always watching you. You belong to me. You are ours. Your blood, your flesh, your bones, your ears, your eyes, and your heart. We want your heart. So long as you have that brand. Yes, so long as you have that brand. You cannot run from us. Wherever you are, you belong to us. Your anger, your sadness, your pain. Shut up. Even your fear. All of them belong to us. Shut up! Shoots up in the air. Shoots the air in rage as a giant fucking blast shoots up into the sky. Huh? And he walks away. He lets out his shut up and his anger cloak back on, and he walks off, brooding once more. Guts? Is this the world? Sorry, this is the world Guts lives in. Puck is just very sad now. This episode is like, last episode was Puck being like very energetic, and there's a bit of that this episode. I should say this chapter, not this episode, this chapter. But Puck is very, very concerned. There's an instant shift there. And that's like the effect of hanging around with Guts at this particular moment in time, I suppose. And that is the brand end as Puck, again, for the second time, watches Guts walking off into the distance. So that was the end of Chapter 2, The Brand. What I really like about that chapter is it tells you all you need to know about the brand. Even last episode told you some stuff initially, like a little bit, but like this episode is like, this chapter really just kind of nails it. It's like, oh, it's because of this. It's because of my brand. And then it tells you and shows you exactly how dangerous it is to hang around with Guts. Because of how he is marked, and it's just like he just ends up in a really unfortunate circumstance where they're riding near an old battlefield, and the demons have possessed the corpses, coming after Guts, and then casualties from his chance meeting where they offered him a ride, and he already was like, "You don't want to be hanging around with me," and they insisted, and they paid for that with their lives. Colette made a silly mistake and then was clearly possessed by a demon to then murder her own, I would assume like grandfather. Seemed pretty old. And then we witness Guts just walking away yet again from another massacre, another battle that he had to endure. And now we can move into chapter 3. So this is the third and final chapter of volume 1. So having a look here, we've got verdict. The Inquisition hereby finds the accused guilty of making a pact with the devil and engaging in heresy most foul. The accused is therefore sentenced to immediate execution. It's a lie! You've got to believe me! I'm not a heretic! I swear! As the executioner goes to swing down the axe on this person as a tear falls over their eye, and the panel that we are greeted with there on the title card of this chapter is a decapitation as 3 executioners hold this body down. 2 executioners hold it down and 1 delivers the strike. The Guardians of Desire, Part 1. So this next segment of the story will branch over into the next volume, as this is Part 1 of the Guardians of Desire. Your Excellency, the execution is complete. Well done, Dahl. But this is the 5th one this month. I'm wondering if we're not overdoing it a bit? If we keep this up, how long will it be before His Holiness intervenes? I don't care. Arrest anyone who looks like a spy or a drifter. As heretics, I do this all for the good of my subjects. It is my sacred duty to protect my domain from any accursed heretics. Wow, this is a big boy, isn't he? Sitting in his little tent above all the common folk. The peaceful existence of my subjects is my utmost desire, my utmost pleasure. I will not let anyone interfere with that. Gulp. Yes, my lord. Wow. Dude, look at these pages. So as we have the crowd and the head sitting on the floor, the head is then picked up by the hair from a very familiar looking swordsman. As the head stares right into his soul, that tear still hanging underneath his eye. Ah, sister! Hey! Oh shit. Gets knocked down to the ground. Anyone caught sympathizing with a heretic will not go unpunished. Even children. You'll be thrown into the dungeon. Jesus. Guts will get himself involved. Hey, you! Hand that over to me, will ya? Guts spits in his face. What? Why, you? It's very interesting that the introduction to the chapters has a very different art style approach. Like it's very heavy on the blacks, like a lot of shading, and then you move into the more refined, sharper, like ink work as we move on to the next page, as the head is thrown. Yeah, the head is thrown up to the dude sitting at the top. Yeah, Your Excellency! Huh? You bastard! There's a lot of you bastard in Berserk so far. We're only on the 3rd chapter, but there you go. And then punches him right in the face as you see his teeth coming out. Oh man, you would not want to be punched with that iron fist, huh? Huh? What? What is this? This mark is... It's got the brand of sacrifice on her forehead. Guts stands there. You! Who are you? Oh. Guts takes the blood from his brand and paints it across his neck, imitating the decapitation. As the Excellency stares down at him and Guts walks away with a smile. God, these close-ups of Guts are so good. What are you doing just standing there? After him, quickly! Who in God's name? The Black Swordsman. How amusing. A declaration of war, perhaps? Oh, God. Oh, disgusting. Just slowly, with his 2 hands, crushing the head until the eyeballs burst out. Blood everywhere. Jesus Christ. That's wild. someone walking through the town, and Guts running around also. And he comes into, and he encounters some guards. Damn! Whole bunch of guards, actually. By decree of the Inquisition, you are hereby placed under arrest for conspiring with heretics. If you resist, your life will be forfeit. Stop! In the name of the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. As they hold their swords in front of him. Shook! Sound effect. Oh my fucking god. And Guts, with one of his favourite moves that we have seen so far, is with a swing of the sword, he has now divided those soldiers by two. He has given them another half to enjoy. Hey, upper body, meet your own legs, because I have separated them again. In one strike. Through armor even. This guy is fucking insane. As the torsos land upside down on their own legs, the other guards look on as if they are shocked at what they have just witnessed, only for Guts to then keep on going. Wow. He puts the sword back. And here we go. We get the line again. It was much too big to be called a sword. Massive, thick, heavy, and far too rough. Indeed, it was like a heap of raw iron. What kind of sword is that? Don't just stand there. Charge! Charge, only to be split in half once again. Guts' favourite move is he goes, hey guys, you really need to toughen up that part of your armour, because I am literally cutting you in half like a Subway 6-inch, and my god, you're out of here. As another separated body lands on the ground, Guts charges once again. This time, holy fuck, decided to go a bit higher and just totally cut through that chest, and an arm dropping on the side. Cuts the sword as well. He literally just cut through a sword and the upper body, removing the limbs. And then another one where he cuts diagonally across the chest, removing him from his body. And then another one which goes right over the side of the head. God damn, this is so visceral. Just in these panels alone, I really like how well it is communicated the damage this sword can do, and the direction it moves in, and how it shows very clearly how easily it can cut through armor. Like, it's not even a thing. As another body falls down to the ground, the knights say, oh, what an incredible sword! He's slicing our armor in half in it! He's slicing our armor in half with it! He's inhuman! From a distance we have the marksmen with their crossbows pulled. Guts! Above you! Oh, Puck coming in for the save, flying in, flashing them. My eyes! As Guts then gets ready once again and cuts down the support that they are stood on, bringing them down to the ground. Hey, I saved your life. I did, didn't I? You're still here? Looks like you owe me one now. Gah! The Puck's panels are so great. Like, the way that Puck is drawn. Ah! And then, oh my god. As Puck is freaking out. Does not need to freak out for long, as I think Guts has done Puck a lovely favour and saved his life in return immediately by severing his hands from his arms. Now we're even. Yep, saved his life instantly. Hey, You're going too far! Captain! Lord Zondark! Whoa! Big boy! That's quite a sword you've got there, little man. God damn. Look at that mask. Got that Doctor Doom mask going on. Whoa! He's huge! I wonder if this scene, just drawing a slight comparison to the anime and the Golden Age arc at the beginning, when we leave the Black Swordsman arc and it goes into flashback territory. We go to young Guts once again, and goes up against Bezuzo. Just a very big hulking dude in armor. It's like reminding me of that. So I assume we'll get into Bezuzo as well, but this is like maybe when they were, obviously the 97 anime didn't really focus on the Black Swordsman arc for long. It was just like that one episode, so they really could only do so much with it, which is a shame. Reading this now, that I'm still in we're still in the Black Swordsman arc, and my exposure to this arc was only that first episode of the 97 anime, where it basically ends after he defeats Mr. Snake Man. So getting like this stuff with the brand, and then this chapter that we're getting into now, man, I would have loved to have seen this animated, you know what I mean? Like, especially in that 97 anime, that would have been awesome. I will now continue. Let's see how that sword of yours fares. When I put it to the test against this Warhammer! Man, he's so big! Guts keeps his composure, however, as the Warhammer goes straight in between his legs into the ground. Puck desperately trying to avoid the rubble and not getting smacked in the face by it. Dude, like swinging it without a care, taking out his own men beside him. as it goes through their head without a problem. Not only removing the head from body, but then slicing through the head itself. Jesus, and then pulling it out like it's nothing, going for another attack on Guts, going into the wall next to him. And it takes down that wall without issue. What's wrong? There's nowhere left to run. See, it's not just a question of size. If you can't handle your weapon, it's nothing more than baggage. This was when Guts takes a perfect opportunity here, and he goes, huh! Moves his sword into a deflective position. That Warhammer lands right on it. Oh, fuck. And then, hang on. So he swings the sword up, and it comes up. Oh, wow. It fucking broke the thing. It shattered the Warhammer, bent it backwards, and all the pieces of it takes his helmet off and goes into his face. Puck literally nail biting watching this. Captain! Oh, and then he steps on his head, pushing those shards of the Warhammer in further. Ah! Couldn't agree more. So he was agreeing to his statement about if you can't handle your weapon, it's nothing more than baggage. And his sassy one-liner of, yeah, couldn't agree more. By the way, I really know how to use this sword, so don't even talk to me, buddy. Otherwise I will wreck you. Kicks the captain away in the face as blood like sprays out of him. As a cloaked figure watches behind bars in the distance. You miserable cur! Guts? Damn, there's no end to them. But then from a distance, seemingly some firebombs get dropped in between them. Smoke bombs, actually, I think, yeah. Smoke bombs are dropped in between them. What? What in the hell? Ah, it's Smokey. You there! Over here, quickly! Who, us? He's still here! Where? Find him! What are you doing? Hurry up! Ah, wait for me! Don't let the bastard escape. Find him! Kill him! Kill him! Oh, he's got a piece of it in one of his eyes, too. Jesus. Right, being escorted through the city at night. How unfriendly. People are staring at them from the windows above. It's because everyone's suspicious. You never know when you might be accused of heresy or by whom. And they're not just afraid of strangers, acquaintances, neighbors, friends, even family. In this town, people are a thing to be feared. Here we are. The door opens. Numerous creatures in jars and skeletons propped up on a shelf. What is this place? Is he a butcher? Or maybe an Eastern herbalist? Huh? Oh, wow. He's like, quite a collection, as I think Puck sees a... See, I'm going to say, yeah, this looks like Puck's a male, and there's like a female elf there, across from him. Quite a collection. I suppose if somebody were to accuse you of being a heretic, you'd have a hard time explaining all this. Nothing of that sort. Just a has-been physician. That's all I am. Who are you? Why did you help me? You know, I saw you at the execution grounds today. Do you have some sort of grudge against the Count? Is it revenge? Guts. I'm the one who's asking the questions, not you, as he kicks out the walking stick. That's horrible. Why'd you have to kick him like that? You okay, mister? Eek. I couldn't afford to let them capture you back there. I want you to kill him. As he gets up to stand on his peg leg. Oh, God. I want you to cut him into little pieces. That demon. Oh, man. Look at his face. That accursed Count. He's not even human. He's a monster. Look at me. These legs. This face. Sorry, excuse me. I'm apparently not very good at doing voices. I can feel like my throat getting spiky when I lower my voice. So I'm not getting that voice actor job, that's for sure. Which is probably a good thing. Can talk with my own voice for hours on end. As soon as I want to put on a voice that is only slightly different than my own, I am apparently in Struggletown. That fiend cut them up piece by piece and ate them. You don't believe my story, do you? Dude, look at his face. He looks like he just took a warhammer to the face, just like the other dude. Like, looks like someone after Guts is done with him. I believe you. No, rather, I know what he is. There's something I want to show you. Secret entrance when you pull on the bone of the jaw of a creature. A secret door. Why do I have the feeling it's going to be something awful again? Here. This is it. This is a Bailet. Oh wow! And this is the reveal of the Bailet. Wow. And of course, I do understand the significance of this item. So they moved the introduction of the Baylet in the Black Swordsman arc in the manga to the Snake Man wearing it as a necklace instead, to at least introduce or to show the Baylet early on. But there it is, sat there behind a secret door, just cozy. And naturally, Guts knows exactly what that is. A Baylet. And that was the end of Volume 1. That was the final page, is the reveal of a Baylet. God damn. Amazing. That, my friends, was chapters 2 and 3 this episode. So we've now finished Volume 1 of Berserk. And what a wonderful first volume that was. Now, what I love about this is, because I wasn't sure, is the next volume, Volume 2, is 2 chapters, and that is the Guardians of Desire, Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. So we're still in the Black Swordsman arc, which is good. Part of me was actually wondering that if the Black Swordsman arc would just be like the first volume. I'm glad to know that it's still continuing and it's not going to just like jump and take us back to where it all starts for the Golden Age arc. So I'm very, very excited to continue this story in the next volume, and we'll do that next episode, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for the Volume 2 reaction, where I'm fairly certain we will do both of those chapters as well. So we'll do chapters 2 and sorry, what is it? Chapters 4 and 5, I should say. Sorry, of volume 2. So very, very exciting stuff to look forward to. I'm really enjoying the artwork on all of these panels. So yeah, like while the next ones is chapter 4 and 5, it's chapter 2 and 3 of the Guardians of Desire. So just to avoid confusion, that's where that was. So yeah, this is gonna be so good. I am probably just now going to reread this chapter once again and just admire the artwork, and then I can't wait to keep continuing to read with you guys as we check out more of this lovely story. So thank you so much for watching again, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.